for the rich through the basketball in this 2025 era. That's exactly what Zenith and NBBF has done. And that's why we are also having a 3-man league officiating in this last day for today. It's going to be another definite moment of encounter between the two teams. They've been known foes on the basketball court. They are regulars. They know what it takes to face each other head on. Simple we have this evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, basketball lovers, fans, right here in Surulere. I want to tell you that Dolphins, and the second phase, Dolphins defeated MFM. So this time around is a 1-1 spot. So let's see who's going to go 2-1 this evening. Yeah, the 2-1. Let's see which side is going to switch to. It's going to 1-1 on their winning faces. And here is the neutral ground. It's going to be a very tough game to watch. Sit back, relax. Dolphins, MFM, 3 capable referees with great justice, FIBA tested referees are stepping into this talking about referee Joyce, FIBA tested, FIBA graded, referee Fatima, FIBA tested, FIBA graded. They are all on the scale of the form of officiating, and also referee Danny will also be joining the beautiful ladies that will take on the officiating setting this evening. It's a very good time game to watch. Let's see who's going to graduate with a 2-1 this evening between MFM and Dolphins. Jumbo situation we're expecting now. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is going to be a compilation of extensive hearing. We'll be missing 4 games on the street play again tomorrow. To a lot of energy will be decimated here. We're going to match up with a lot of metaphor, echo of whatever different variations of the physical body structure coming to stretch out tomorrow as well on this court. So, you don't need to be posted on this. Just keep yourself abreast of the situation. Tomorrow, till the end of the game, we kickstart on a roller coaster of game situation. Jump ball we're expecting now, so that we can get into the play action moment. Alright, FIBA tested, FIBA graded referee Joyce. We'll be taking the jump ball.
Just say go call this game like this. Just say go call this game like this. Well, welcome to the last game for the day. It's the first day of the 2025 Zenith Bank NBBF Women's Basketball League Finals. And now we have the Lagos derby between MFM Basketball Club and the Dolphins Basketball Club. Like I call them, the old takers versus the new takers. Dolphins perhaps one of the longest female basketball programs you have in Nigeria, and MFM still one of the newest basketball programs in Lagos. Today, I'll be joined for this game by my very good friend. He's covered the MFM team for the longest since inception. He's covered the MFM league, and I'll be doing it together with Farah Pinheiro. Welcome, Farah.
How you doing, bro?
Very well. Hope you're not bothered about the outcome of the game with the Dolphins girls giving you a run for the money in this game.
Oh, it's going to be a fantastic game. Two teams that like to run the basketball. Two teams that are very, very familiar with each other. I mean, they're currently tied 1-1 from the first two phases. And it's going to be a fantastic game of basketball to watch.
Definitely two of the most exciting basketball programs you have in Nigeria at the moment. And it's not only because they're exciting, it's because they've played together for quite a number of years. Unlike some other teams that just assemble players in the nick of time, probably a day or 2 weeks before every tournament, MFM and Dolphins do not operate like that. They maintain a structure that is known and visible to everyone. Do you think this is one of the reasons why they are perhaps some of the most exciting play, or is it because of the coaching crew that is attached to each team?
Well, coaching is one thing, but structure matters a lot. Like you said, both teams build their team practically the same way. Practice. They virtually built every player on the roster. Fantastic coaching crew, by the way. And the best part about it is having homegrown talent and not going through the machinery, format of buying guys before tournaments. Growing your talent, knowing your talents, and then making sure that your talent is able to come and pay dividends. And you can see the MFM, they're back-to-back champions, largely won it with homegrown talent. And I mean, it's paid dividends without a doubt.
Definitely paid dividends without a doubt. 2 minutes, 30 seconds into the first quarter of this game. 3-point shot up. Do not connect. It's Dolphins 4, MFM 5, with 7 minutes and 10 seconds left to be played in this first quarter. Also, MFM, how many players are the teams currently missing now from the winning side from last year?
So MFM is now a casualty of the Nigerian basketball play. Every year they leak players, they're hemorrhaging with some of their best players. I think they're without 3 of the title winning side from last year. Also without some of their key players from earlier phases. But the good thing is the core of the team is still there. We have Wando. She's been fantastic for them. Pius that just scored the 3 also has been very fantastic for them. And we have Ali Khadija, fantastic player also. So the team, for all of the players they've lost, they've more than done enough to get more players. I mean, Wando, Pius and Khadija were part of the under-18 team that went to Czech Republic, and they represented Nigeria fantastically well. And you can see why the team is able to perform as well as they do in every phase of the tournament.
I'm also acceding to that fact. Also, Pius and Wando also made up part of the team that won the sports festival in Abeokuta a couple of months ago, where they suited up for the Bayelsa team. Also on the Dolphins team is Tewok Bade Mololua, who also joined the team to Czech Republic. where Nigeria recorded their first win at the FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup. You can only say it can only go get better. They can only continue to go up from here. And kudos to the management of the MFM basketball team, ably led by Mr. Golden, the Niner, and also the Dolphins management, ably led by Coach Peter Olumide Edeji and the Punch News family. Going back into the game now, it's 9 to MFM, 4 to Dolphins. Pius leading the way, and the reigning MVP of the Nigerian Basketball League, Yemba Mwando. It would also interest you to note that compared to the 1.75 million that they won, 1.72 million that they won last year for winning the championship, the stakes have been upped. The winner this year will now go home with 7.5 million. The second place will go home with 5 million. Third place will go home with 3 million. While all the individual awards, MVP 500,000, and all individual awards will be monetized. 300,000 for the highest rebounder, 300,000 for the highest assister, 300,000 for the highest scorer. While the conference champions will go home with 1 million naira each. I think this is a welcome development. I mean, these funds can be used to cushion the huge amount this management they are spending on these players for wages, for salaries, for training, camping, and all of that. They could also recoup some of their investments back.
Well, it's happy days for owners of the teams and management of the teams, because with my experience with the MFM team, I know that it's very expensive to manage this team. For teams like MFM and Dolphins that run their programs year long, it's way more expensive than even the prize money. And for them, they don't do it for prize money; it's for the love of the game. I think you were part of the team that helped manage the MFM competition alongside myself and Mr. Omboy, and you saw what MFM tried to do with that competition. They tried to get players ready for the upcoming league season, and fantastically enough, the two teams in this game were part of that final on the set day. Hopefully we get better, because we saw the Tigers win, and we know, or we heard about how much the sponsors give each player, and some people said give maybe half of that to the league and see what they can do with it. We see the stadium, look at how nice it looks, and good basketball alongside it. Hopefully at the end of the day, we enjoy the entire tournament and teams get some sort of compensation for churning out fantastic basketball.
So kudos to the management of Zenith Bank. They really outdid themselves this year, from the setup of the indoor sports hall of the National Stadium to the amount being doled out as cash prizes this year. And they also followed it up with a 200 million cash prize given to the D Tigers for winning. But more important for me is the fact that for the female, unlike the male team, we can see a progression for the players.
Yeah.
From the team that went to the AfroBasket, we can tell that we watched Mujano Tumusa play on this court for Air Warriors, played also on this court for First Bank. We can tell we saw Ifunaya play on this court for First Bank, and now they've transitioned into the Tigers, and now they're also part of those that would receive the largest from their triumph at the AfroBasket. So it gives these ones hope. It gives these younger ones hope that if they continue at this pace, there's a chance, there's an opportunity for them to make it up to the D Tigers team. And currently the scores is 10-4 in favor of MFM. The 6-point game with 5 minutes, 25 seconds left on the game clock.
Well, from the first 4.5 minutes of the game, you can see that MFM has plans of playing from the inside out. They've scored 2-3 points already. They've been to the line 4 times already, and you can see that they're going to apply pressure as much as they can to negate the size advantage that Dolphins clearly have. MFM is experienced, or as experienced as they get. Young in age, but they're seasoned in the competition. Back-to-back champions. Before being champions, they were semi-finalists. And you see a lot of the team that from year to year has graduated to where they are now. And like you said, some of these people have represented Nigeria at different age levels, and that experience has made them better. Dolphins will make this game much closer as the game progresses. And then we will eventually get to a point where it's tight, and we will now expect the experience of whichever player on the opposing team to take the day.
I'm very, very even excited that in Lagos today we now have like a 3-way rivalry. It used to be Dolphins versus First Bank all the way, and MFM came into the picture, went to the first year and finished second. The second year, they went to the Continentals, ensuring that the dream, the plans and visions that were rolled out for the creation of this team was met. And since then, they've never looked back. And that's what we want to see from every other team. We've seen new teams like Royal Aces also trying to adapt or adopt same memo, but it's not as easy as it seems from the outside. A lot of fun goes into it.
That was fantastic defense by the MFM team. Held the Dolphins without a shot attempt in 24 seconds. And you can see that's why we say play defense with your legs. Your arms will come next. They were getting the swords before the Dolphins players. In fact, they were blowing up their play. They were trying to get into a sort of motion offense to get a mismatch. But it wasn't happening because the defenders stayed in front of their guys. And it's going to be a fantastic game. That was a terrible shot by Wando. She probably shouldn't have tried to take that shot from Steph Curry range, but you expect it from a shooter that has confidence.
Talking about Wando, it's been 5 minutes and 35 seconds in this quarter, and we're yet to see her put the ball in the basket. We're yet to see her for what she's renowned for the 3-point range she's renowned for so far in this game. Hopefully, as the game progresses, she settles in like she's used to do. We saw how she performed at the World Cup. One of the very few that outstanding performances. Pius Edubamo in particular was our most outstanding player at the Under-19 FIBA World Cup in Czechia. And even though we had so many turnovers in that game, hopefully they will be able to curtail such turnovers in this game today. It's an interesting game. The entire stadium is here to actually watch this game. It is the match of the day. You can see the likes of Ochel was here, Sam Ochel was here, Fanero. These are all-time supporters of the Dolphins program as far back as when the GM, the chair, was alive, when he was pumping in resources and support into the Dolphins, both locally and internationally. And they are still supporting the team. Now that's a foul call almost at the nick of time with 2.1 seconds left on the shot clock. She was able to put that ball up and also get an opportunity to extend the lead from the free throw line.
Well, it's 12-4 now. Dolphins have found no sort of rhythm on offense, and the guards for MFM have been spectacular. You can tell from the way the ball is moving, you can tell the speed with which they are playing that they seem to have a game plan, and that game plan is clearly to allow what they lack in height, to make up for that with speed. She scored 2 from the line, Khadija. Now she's going to the bench. So number 8 that just subbed in happens to be the younger sister of number 6, Wando, Ibam Wando. So you can see some familiar ties there. Let's see how they work together as siblings. Oh, fantastic inside-out passing. Good defense there from Dolphins.
Another fantastic thing about the MFM team is their keen recruitment from Milo. Because I watched the Wando sisters play for Bayelsa during Milo, and since then they've not been the only ones that MFM have ensured they continue their growth from Milo in the MFM team. There's a transition from them from the Milo, they come to the Milo, try to recruit players from the Milo, give them a platform that combines not just basketball plus education, and also so to look out for them for greener pastures, for better deals or better contracts of basketball across the globe. And MFM today is one of the teams where you can be rest assured that you will be adequately provided for. You'll be adequately cared for in terms of an all-round basketball.
Okay, so the MFM team basically has a combination of, support playing-wise, and then, they take care of their players. Like you rightfully said, fantastic fast break. Basketball at its best. That's a sister.
Go ahead pass, sister pass. Reminds me of the Caitlin Clark go-ahead pass of the WNBA to Kelsey Mitchell of the Indiana Fever.
Well, as I was saying, MFM has a program where every player stays on campus. They have a camp, and also they get paid salaries year in and month in, month out, all year round. And so guess what? They have a plan to send everybody to school. So whoever is in secondary school is in secondary school. Whoever is in university is in university. And it's funded by largely the MFM, chaired by Godwin and Nakana. And like I said, they don't lock players up. You see a lot of their players graduating either outside the country or to better pastures. It hasn't disturbed how they win, how they beat people, and hasn't disturbed the rhythm in this game either. It's 16-4. MFM clearly having control in the first quarter. 2 minutes, 32 seconds left on the clock, and it's not looking particularly good for Dolphins as of now.
It's not look particularly good for Dolphins. Most of the teams today also started very jittery with probably the first game of the season. Jitters letting it in, or the pressure letting it in. But the experience on the MFM side is proving very, very handy in this game thus far.
I don't get why anybody has jitters. It's an abridged league of 3 phases, and everybody has had the opportunity of playing 2 phases. And guess what? That helps you with. There's familiarity between
both
every
teams.
team. You get, so you don't go in not knowing what the other team plays like. And so whoever has jitters is probably having jitters from the fact that it's now game time and money is really on the line now. So when you hear, I think the prize money was just released this week. So it's possible the 7.5 million is causing jitters. But if you want to win, you better stop sweating and start balling.
No, playing in Lagos is another factor. Playing on the court as smooth as this is another factor. It's called light action. The light is another factor. Some of them might be the first time playing. For some of them, this is the first time they will be playing in a packed arena like this. Another turnover for Dolphins. MFM will be playing now. Wando with a teardrop, but did not fall. Shot clock violation against MFM.
This time, Dolphins played good defense there, able to hold shot clock hold MFM to 1 missed shot and eventually a shot clock violation. So you can tell both teams are trying to run variations of the home play, trying to get mismatches for their guard. MFM has fared better with the plays. Dolphins are clearly struggling because they've not made use of the mismatches. If that ball gets turned over, this will make, I think, the 7th turnover in 1 quarter for Dolphins. I'm sure Coach Peter will go into the first quarter break, encouraging his players to take care of the ball. You can't win basketball games when you're losing a turnover battle.
Having Mololu on the court with Bemisala Samuel on the court, 2 players who were part of the under-18 team that represented Nigeria during the qualifiers, while Mololu also made the final squad that went to check. But she is looking out of place thus far. She's here to settle into this game, and as such, the team is suffering for it. She's a spot-on 3-point shooter. She's not taking any shots thus far. She's not really helped. She's not been effective on offense thus far. And she needs to come alive. She needs to wake up. Coach Peter, visibly looking distraught thus far, does not understand what is going on. Looking to his best, looking to his assistant and asking what is going on. But like I say, basketball is a game of runs. When you have your run, you take advantage of it. The opponent will also be able to get their run. 2 games thus far today, we've seen teams come back from 11-point deficit. We saw the Titans almost lose a 19-point lead against the Customs in the game before now.
Push.
FIBA referee Joy spots a pushing foul against MFM, and now Dolphins have the ball, and that will count as yet another turnover for MFM.
So turnover was clearly in favor of MFM. Dolphins struggling again, another turnover. So there's a principal cardinal rule in basketball. You don't drive into a crowded paint, and clearly, what's the name? Dolphins have struggled with that. They keep taking rushed layups into crowded paint, and they're clearly not making view of their opportunities. On the other hand, MFM have been sort of wasteful on the offensive board, even though they're up 16-5, missing some easy pieces as you know them, not taking their 15-14 footers when they have them, and then you see them again taking Steph Curry-like threes.
The turnover to point ratio currently working in favor of MFM. They've been able to make points off the turnovers of Dolphins, but we can't say same for the turnovers from Dolphins.
That's the 8th turnover for Dolphins. If we were to stop the game now, I think Dolphins already have as many turnovers as Titans had in the second half of their own game. Coach Peter would have a lot to say to his players.
And now they've also gotten into foul issues.
They
are
got
currently on collectives.
Now.
And MFM will take advantage of the foul issues.
I mean, they're up 11 in the first quarter. I'm sure their coach will think they have it all covered. Whatever can go wrong for them Dolphins is currently going wrong. Not much has gone right for them in the first quarter. 0.7 seconds and you have your most experienced player fouling. Probably she has a second foul now. Probably have to sit out at least half of the second quarter.
Oko Ukamaka, one of the longest serving players on the MFM team, on the free throw line. She misses.
The third straight free throw for MFM. I hope this doesn't come back to bite them.
Hopefully it doesn't, but the Dolphins team would be praying it does. She converts the second, opens up a 12-point lead with 0.7, not enough to catch and shoot. 0.7, not enough to catch and shoot. And that will come to the end of the first quarter. now we're back. We're back for the second quarter. That's Pius, one of the best mid-range shooters in the Nigerian Women's Basketball League. She controls the ball perfect. She led points at the Under-19 FIBA World Cup. Awele, on the other hand, today has been rather quiet. One of the best rebounders in the Nigerian Basketball League, jersey number 12, Oko Awele for Dolphins. She's been rather quiet in this game so far. Very young girl, rather quiet. I hope she's going to come alive into this game to help the Dolphins team so we can have the much expected tough matchup and not a sweep here. Nobody came here to see a sweep. And we wouldn't want to see a sweep happen here today.
I mean, fans of MFM won't mind a sweep. I heard from a very, very close friend that watching basketball games is almost likely to give you, a heart attack. And you can see from how the MFM have attacked this game. They're pushing the ball quickly and trying to attack Dolphins before they set up their defense. And it's clearly working for their advantage. They've only scored 2 buckets. On the half-court offense, and they've scored majority of their buckets either at the free throw stripe or on fast break buckets. And it's smart thinking by the MFM coach. You get up early, attack early, and then hope that as the game gets tighter, your big players can come through for you.
Talking about the big players coming through for you, Coach Peter can only pray that they wake up, that his players wake up now to this challenge, because level point lead is not something you can easily clean off. Favor also has not come alive in this game. And that's Awele. Just a couple of seconds ago, I was telling you about Awele and her rebounding skills. And she just picked up that rebound there and replaced the bucket.
And that's the one place where there's an advantage for Dolphins. They clearly have a size advantage inside, and they probably should use it. If they can go to the boards, attack those boards and go up for their 1 buckets, they will close the lead. It's 17-9 in favor of MFM, but they haven't scored in the second quarter, and momentum is gradually swinging in favor of the girls, water girls like they were called back in the day. Another turnover, Dolphins unable to make use of a proper half-court offense by the MFM ladies.
And now Pius is back, dictating the pace of the game. I tell people the ball is safest with Pius.
Are you sure? She just got blocked. Decision making in the second quarter has clearly been an issue for MFM. They're taking rush shots, they're taking contested shots, and it's swinging in favor of the water ladies. It's now a 6-point lead from what was originally a 12-point lead. Are we about to see a switch? Okay, no. So we're going to see the Wando sisters on court together. MFM subs are just making them smaller at every position.
An experienced addition made by the NBBF team is Koronumda Regina, who has now checked in jersey number 10 for MFM, bringing her long years of experience and veteran to this side, the young MFM side. And I think another challenge with the MFM team is sometimes the use of Wando. Sometimes you want to play off the ball, but I've seen Wando play as number 1, as a point guard. It does not stop her from shooting. She has good eyes, she has the vision, but when you play her off the ball at times, it does not work.
Step back, bucket, big bucket there. Oh God, Pius, step back. I think she left her defender on the floor. She left her defender there on the floor.
That's what I was just saying about Regina. Bringing veteran leadership.
Pius should be around 8 points for the game now. Her tally of points should be around 8 points. And gradually the points are back up to 12. And that's the thing with MFM. When they score in bunches, and they make it very quick and almost painless. You almost don't know that you're bleeding. Oh, that was a travel. Missed by the official.
Lulu with another mystery. Picked up by Awele.
Awele clearly has a size advantage, and she's made use of it in the second quarter. So, back to what you were saying about Wando playing off the ball. The thing is, because Wando usually can't, fantastic drive,
block shots by
Awele again. Smooth crossover, coast to coast. She didn't finish.
In and out.
She didn't finish.
In and out. I mean, if there was any omission from the under 19 list that really got to me, it should be the omission of Awele's name on that list, because she falls into that category, and with that size and the experience she's been able to gather in the last 1 year, you'll be surprised to know she started basketball not very early.
Pius is a problem.
Always has been, always will be.
Her ability to evade defenders, go through a crowded paint and still get up shots is masterful sometimes.
I'm most amazed at how she takes her jumpers. She goes in.
Oh, that's a wide open 3. Fantastic bucket.
Finally.
Defensive breakdown there by MFM.
Finally, Favor connect from beyond the arc.
Favor was left wide open there. It's back down to 7, 21-14.
Are we going to see a response from the MFM team? Wando is open, but she couldn't get the pass.
What Wando are you talking about?
Remember, Wando was open for a pass, but Seuse, her sister, did not locate her.
Step back, another bucket. Pius. Pius has been automatic from mid-range.
She owns the mid-range game. She owns the mid-range game.
Yes,
you don't want her to take any shot from the free throw line to the elbow shot. She has mastered it. I've seen it now for 3 consecutive years, how she's been able to master that shot, both on the local scene and on the international scene. She led all the players in scoring. All the Nigerian players in scoring.
Cardinal mistake there by the Dolphins guard, terminating her dribble, mid play. Oh, Awele with her 6th rebound. Wando, that was a bad shot by Wando. Unnecessary shot. That's a 3-on-2 transition bucket that ended with a wide open 3. She gets her own rebound. Pius. Wide open for second Wando. Good bucket.
So who say Wando 2-point shot?
The lead is back up to 11. Timeout Dolphins. Good call by Coach Peter. He needs to stop the bleeding. So we saw the stats that Dolphins had to the beginning of the second quarter. They scored about 6 straight points, but then MFM in true fashion scored 4, stopped the bleeding, and got back into the game.
The Dolphins have been able to better what they did in the first quarter. They've now scored 8 points, 3 minutes, 35 seconds left to be played in this second quarter, compared to the 6 points they scored in 10 minutes in the first quarter. The MFM team is a very solid team. The Wando sisters, Pius, Dubamo, Ali Kedaji, experienced veteran, Regina, Oko, Ukamaka, a very solid team. And the Grand City coach. Finally, this used to be the MFM's coach, used to be the coach of the Dolphins. She used to be a player on the Dolphins, went an assistant coach on the Dolphins, transitioned to be the head coach of the Dolphins, and now jumped ship to the new sides, MFM, and she can tell you I'm a national champion. I'm a 2-time national champion. She can brag about being a 2-time national champion with the MFM. Seen the girls, helped the girls, grown with the girls, and now she's reaping the fruits of our labor. Now we're back from the timeout with 3 minutes, 35 seconds left on the game clock. 11-point lead for MFM.
So what do you think the Dolphins need to do to get back into the game?
They need to find a way to get Mololu into this game. Mololu is not in this game in any way, shape or form, and she's perhaps the best scorer on the team. Favor, Mololu are not connected in any way. I've not seen them move the ball around. They need to move the ball around. They need not rush the offense. The only buckets they've scored have come off rush shots that were rebounded by Awele and replaced. That is not a way to play basketball. That cannot be your sole strategy. You can't pick the ball and just shoot and hope Awele will always pick the rebound. Once Awele gets boxed out, and that's the end. And they are not doing enough on the defensive end as well. They are not enough helping Awele on the defensive end. That's on that bucket.
Yeah, good side out of bounds played by Dolphins there. Caught the MFM girls in the switch and they were caught sleeping. Turnover. Oh, that should have been a turnover. Good defense there by the Dolphins. I think this lineup by the MFM girls is a bit too small. Number 9 for MFM, very young player. This is why we need star sheets. You need to give me a star sheet next time.
We're talking about Anana Gift.
Yes, Anana Gift. Scrabble for the basketball. I think it's jump ball, white ball. It should be white ball, MFM ball. So I think the major problem for Coach Peter and the Dolphins is their inefficiency on offense. They've taken hurried shots and are only in this game because of the rebounding and second chance opportunities that they've gotten from Awele. Their guards haven't given them any sort of consistent offense, and they haven't been able to get into any rhythm with their plays either. So they need to get better. Pius is back in the game. She's not even getting up to a minute of rest in any timeout. The coach is making everything she can get from her best player. What a pass!
You cannot miss that. You cannot miss from there.
You cannot deny on the floor for the jump ball.
You cannot deny Pius such an assist with all the work she had done to get you the ball there.
She just did.
With 2 minutes, 23 seconds left, and the 9-point game. We still have a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. And in case you're just tuning in, this is the 2025 Zenith Bank NBBF Women's Basketball League Finals here at the Indoor Sports Hall of the National Stadium. And the game being broadcasted now was the 4th game of the day between MFM and Dolphins Basketball Club. Both teams coming off the Atlantic Conference, where they finished second and third respectively. MFM finishing second.
That's
Dolphins finishing third.
Foul call on number 10 Regina for MFM, but I think that was a good foul. It would have been an easy bucket for Dolphins. And you see what I say again with the size advantage for the Dolphins. I mean, Awele is on the court, and at the same time they're able to call Zainab also. Both of them towering over their opposition in the MFM team. Waste opportunities there. She missed the first free throw, and this is another common theme for some of the female teams. They're unable to make the opposition suffer when they get to the free throw line. Free throw shooting is an integral part of the basketball game, and if you lose at the free throw line, you most times lose the game in its entirety. They probably need to do better with their scoring on free throw line. That's a foul. The refs are calling it a very physical game because we've seen a couple of fouls.
Good rebound from Manari favor. Forced MFM to a shot clock violation, and now have possession to further reduce the deficit. It drives in.
No? Oh, they called the foul there. And slowly the Dolphins girls are finding their footing. It's now 25-17, an 8-point gap. And we see Coach Peter calling his guards to the side, probably advising them to attack the paint and put more pressure on the bigs.
Both of whom are yet to score any points in this game thus far though. Exactly. Sola and Mololu, two of your best players yet to come alive at the end of the second quarter. It's not a good look for the offense.
But you have to take this as an advantage for them also. If we're just down by 7 with 2 minutes left and our best scorers haven't scored, you could say the rest of the game will be good once they get into the game. We see Wando approaching the scorer's table. What do you think? I don't think she's had a particularly good game.
She's not by our standards. By our standards and by the expectations of the fans here to watch Wando. We've seen Wando dazzle.
Wando and Khadija are back in the game. A bit more experience from guard play. I think MFM really needs Charles Marvelous back in the game. She's their big rebounder. Make sure that they're solid inside the paint, and she most times, that's a horrid shot by Wando, and that's been a theme for her today. She's been taking horrid shots, bad shots. Decision making has largely been bad. Finally,
Favor doing it all for Dolphins at this point. Favor is doing it all for Dolphins at this point. Down to a 5-point lead from a one-time 12-point lead. This has been the normal today since the first game between Aces and Air Warriors.
Foul. Whose ball? Ooh.
Dolphins ball.
Ooh. Another foul on Pius. I'd like to find out how many fouls Pius is scoring here. Okay, it's her first foul.
First foul, Pius' first foul.
But MFM is in foul trouble. So a chance for Dolphins to cut the lead down to 3 points. If they score both from the free throw line.
With 34 seconds left in the second quarter, 5-point lead. 5-point lead for MFM, now reduced to 4. And Favor still has an opportunity to further reduce the deficit to 3 points.
Dolphins have an opportunity to close the lead and probably tie the game before the end of the quarter.
We just might have a massive game on our hands.
Yes, white ball.
Out of bounds call against.
Officiating in this game has been superb. A game with 2 FIBA-rated referees and an up-and-coming promising referee also from Lagos. Pass, you have to score that. Good play by Pius. Tell me, what can Pius not do about him?
Maybe dunk. Maybe a 360 dunk. Or she just might.
Experience defending there from Regina, even with the side disadvantage. Ooh. End of the quarter.
End of the first half. End of the first half, 6-point lead for MFM.
start of the second half, possession MFM, 27-11 MFM lead. They were at times up 12 and it's now been cut to 6 points. At no point has MFM looked like they were going to lose control of the game. A very, 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 very big saying in basketball is that basketball is a game of runs. MFM have had their runs and that's why they took their runs and they took a lead. Dolphins have had their run and cut it down to half of what the original margin was. Now we're hoping things get better. There's been a change at the helm of affairs. I'm no longer being assisted or partnered by Abayomi. I think I have a better partner now. What say you, man?
All right, welcome back to the second half and the third quarter of the game between MFM and Dolphins. My name is Ariola Modu, and it's actually nice to be back, particularly for this game. And I'm looking at the statistics table right now, and it's safe to say that the MFM ladies they took the momentum very early on in the first quarter, and they've done so very well through the second quarter. Now the question remains: can they continue with that momentum right now in the third quarter?
Fantastic inside out play. We just saw two big men in the high-low passing, and it favored them. This is the third turnover for MFM early in the third quarter. Now it's down to 4 points. It's now looking more like the game where it's the entire game between two of the best teams.
By 2 p.m., Dolphins versus Titans, and by 4 p.m., Royal Aces versus Osborne. Take it to the highlights for tomorrow, 10 a.m. for the SW Girls versus Air Warriors. 12 p.m., Nigeria Customs versus MFM. 2 p.m., Dolphins versus Titans. 4 p.m., Royal Aces versus Surulere.
Fantastic defense yet again by number 12, Marvelous Charles. I mean, she's been very, very impactful on the defensive end for MFM. Stout at the back. Don't mind me calling her the Rock of Gibraltar for MFM. She's done a fantastic job.
And in the first half, she had 4 offensive rebounds and 6 defensive rebounds. That is just to tell you that she's very dangerous on the rebound. And as it stands right now, for a player like that, you would not want to let your boss sleep in her presence.
Oh no, you don't want to. She's not just a good defender. Defensively, she's wise, and on the offensive side, she sets fantastic kicks for her guards. So she's a great addition for the team.
I mean, when this game started, a lot of people have been saying that this is the Lagos Derby. When it comes to basketball, in women's basketball in Nigeria, this is the Lagos Derby, the two biggest teams in Lagos State facing off each other, and it is quite poetic that we're seeing these teams facing off each other first in each of the first game of the final 8, and MFM proving just why they are defending champions. Proving just why they are defending and back-to-back champions in the Zenith Women's Basketball League, getting ahead in the first and second quarter, and also making sure that they were able to keep the gap not so close at the end of the second quarter.
So the thing is, for MFM, they have to know that Dolphins are their nemesis.
Yeah.
They've struggled against the Dolphins in multiple competitions, and the first 2 phases of the tournament have shown that Dolphins might have their number. I mean, they won the first time they met, but it was a very, very, very slim margin.
Yeah.
And in the second game they lost, and that showed that the superiority that they once had has slowly dissipated. Right now, they're almost the same team in terms of talent and in terms of playing style. So you expect that MFM will deal with the Dolphins girls like they're playing against people that are on par with them, and we can see that on that.
On the scoreboard.
The scoreboard is now 29-24. Oh, mind you, it's 29-25. It's now down to 4 points.
And Pius Dibamo with the ball now. Trying to see if she wants to make that run in, or she's going to make a pass. Should have passed to the lady on jersey number 15, Isaac Abigail. Nari favor. Ball to toward Bademololua. And a defensive rebound. So Isaac Abigail will give the ball to Dubamu Pius.
Fantastic still. Don't foul. Do not foul. Cardinal sin in basketball.
Oh.
If someone already has the layup, don't foul. And if you have to foul, make sure you send them to the line and make them earn their 2 shots.
That was a beautiful steal. I mean, for Beggy, she would not want to be losing the ball in areas as dangerous as that.
It's a cardinal sin in basketball. You don't pass the ball across, an undefended half court. Once there's a steal, they're going straight to the rim.
Nothing you can do about that.
Pius has earned a quick second foul just to start the second half. She's probably going to take a breather.
She definitely needs to she definitely needs to get her head back in the game. She's quite aggressive.
For a player like Pius, all she needs to do is just let the game come to her.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to force it. I mean, she's already leading all scorers for the game.
Ololuwa.
Finally, we have a tie game.
Under the bucket. Yeah.
We have a tie game now. We see who the true ballers are. MFM running a horns play to get an open shot for Khadija. And again, Charles comes up with a key rebound and a second chance opportunity that was just converted for a 3-point shot. And that's the thing with MFM. Even when they go down, they stay poised, they find their buckets and get open shots.
And they always find a way to make sure that they get back in the game. And I think that is what has kept them at the top of their game for the past 3 seasons in the Women's Basketball League.
And what's key and central to that is just having fantastic coaching.
Yeah.
I mean, MFM has had their share of good coaches. I mean, they've been coached by national team coaches in the past. I mean, and then they got to who I consider one of the most underrated coaches in Nigeria, and she's won them 2 championships back to back.
I watch her when she's talking to her girls, and it feels like they have not just a leader talking to them, they have someone that actually understands what it means to be on that court, someone who understands what it means to experience what it is they're experiencing right now. And Coach Ochiko is doing an absolutely good job. And for the Dolphins, I mean, they did not expect the first game against MFM to go like this. But when you're facing the defending champions, back-to-back defending champions, you should have some iota of fear in you.
Well, I probably wouldn't use fear. I'd use respect.
Okay.
Because if you fear, you don't play your game. If you respect, you're able to play better and match up with whatever the opposition gives you. And you can tell it's more respect than fear. And that's why they're able to match up the way they're matching up the MFM. And you can see the turnover battle has slightly balanced out. And that's why the scoreline is way shorter than it currently is.
I mean, we had Charles Marvelous with 10 turnovers.
That was close. That was a bad pass by Theo. Good defense by MFM. I think. Oh, wide open 3. Turnover. Good defensive possession by MFM. This is a curious one for me. I don't know why they're taking off Marvelous. But I mean, Regina offers a lot of experience. But I think you lose a size advantage inside when you bring on Marvelous and take off. Sorry, bring on Regina and take off Marvelous.
Marvelous.
Fantastic play by Willie. Apparently, he couldn't wail enough about how good Awele is, and she's shown how good she is. she's good both defensively.
I mean, you can see Khadija trying to steal the ball from her, but Awele stood her ground and she was still able to go forward with the ball.
Awele is on 3 blocks for the game. I think that's the most I've seen from any player. I've followed 3 of the games and Awele has had 3 blocks.
Now it's a 2-point lead. I told you, the giddy daddy of the scoring of basketball is not predictable.
Now the point gap has been reduced by 1 with that free throw from Samuel Demisola.
Defensive intensity by Dolphins in this quarter is way better than what they had. They're making MFM struggle for every point. They're making them go multiple picks before getting good shots up. And usually that's a good thing.
And that is how it should definitely. Going into the halftime break, they probably saw they needed to come back into this third quarter with a little more aggression with what we saw from them in the first and second quarter, and that is what they've been doing.
Yet again, you have the Wando sisters on the court at the same time. And MFM currently is playing with 3 guards. Before that's probably a guard in certain teams, and they've gone really small. So let's see if Dolphins can take advantage of the size advantage they have. That's a fantastic pass. Turned over. They weren't on the same page. The defensive intensity by Dolphins this quarter. Oh! She crossed it out. I mean, we've seen our fair share of ankle breakers this season.
That was an incredible shot from Adetutu. And you almost look like we're going to see a point scored from a rebound. But that did not happen. It's the 3rd game of the Zenith Women's Basketball League Final 8. They won, and this is the game between the Dolphins
Fantastic
and
out of bounds side play.
Yeah.
Caused confusion. They left someone open at the back and they scored. Timeout, Dolphins. 3 minutes on the clock. Still a 3-point game, and it's a fantastic game of basketball. This is what the fans were hoping for. A close game to check who the superior team in Lagos is. I was talking to a friend off camera. Some of you might know him, JJ. He said something. He said, "Best teams win in tight moments, not when the games are."
When the games are, yeah. And I think that is probably what we've seen all through the game today. You look at the game between Royal Aces and the Air Warriors. It almost looked like the Air Warriors were going to get the win at the end of the day, but unfortunately for them, they were not just able to get the win, and they ended up losing that one by just 2 points.
So we've had close games all through, and even in the previous game, Customs had a chance to snatch a win or at least tie the game, but they weren't able to.
I mean, it was a beautiful game of basketball we saw between the Nigeria Customs.
3 Boston officiating. And this is what we expected from the get-go, from the outset of the 2025 Zenith NBBF Basketball League Finals. This is a very good coordination, very good organizational structure for us to put our best on. This is established.
Back into the game with less than 3 minutes left on the clock. The MFM Ladies are still leading. And that's lots of lawsuit there.
In a basketball game.
To 7.5 million. This is why I got to tell people work for your money. You gotta work for your money.
basketball game, when you have about 4 jump balls, it tells you every loose ball is up for grabs. It tells you every loose ball is up for grabs, and I mean, it's been a tightly contested game. In the second half, we've not had more than a 4-point lead at any point, and the Dolphins have now ramped up the intensity on defense. Ooh, that was a good post move by the big man for MFM. She was unable to finish. Don't tell me she's going to go coast to coast again.
Oh, she's definitely going to do that. And Wando on the ball now.
Leg ball. And that's what we're talking about.
Making it difficult.
Yeah, Tewa was on the floor. Probably crossed over, but she still reached out for the ball, was able to get a steal.
Not giving up on your ball.
And that's the intensity we're talking about. That's how you tell a team hasn't come here to play. They've had 7.5 million and they're there for their money.
And that also serves as an extra motivation. I mean, look at it in real time. It's a huge lead from what they used to get before.
Jump ball. That's the 7 jump ball this game. There's no loose balls in this game.
Again, with this sort of high intensity, these things should be expected.
Favor finally gets a breather. I mean, smart job by the coach. Let her take the rest of the third quarter off, so when she comes back in the fourth quarter, she can be better for it. Another jump ball. So right now, I think I'm going to change my take. It's not about whether the intensity is high. It's just that the people can't seem to, be tidy with their ball. Too many loose balls. Coach has brought on Pius to end the quarter. That's surprising. I thought she would have wanted her to rest out the rest of the third quarter.
Looks like at this point they have to keep the points as far away from each other as possible. So you need your best legs on the court.
Good rebound. Good rebound there. Good pass.
Absolutely.
Good pass. My MVP for this quarter or for the entire game is Awele.
Awele is having a good game.
She's making
7 points
use
in the
of
first half. And she's just continued from where she stopped.
Oh, a little mice went into the forest and unusually came out victorious.
Yeah, and with just 1 minute, 2 seconds left on the clock, they're going neck and neck.
Do you think we're going to enter the fourth quarter with a tie?
Nah.
Or do you think MFM is going to take a lead into the fourth quarter?
As it stands right now, I can't say where this is going to end, but I think looking at what we have on the scoreboard and looking at what we're seeing right now, MFM looks like a team that will go into the fourth quarter in the lead. Probably with just 2 points.
Dolphins have been sent to the line. MFM are already in penalty. Now, let's see if they're able to make good advantage of it. Okay, I think there's an issue with the scoreboard.
This is the second time today that we're having technical issues. In the first 2 games, there were no technical issues.
Okay, sorry, wasn't the scoreboard. The officiating crew wants that part of the portion of the floor to be mopped up. Good shot by Samuel Baby. The lead has the game been cut down to 2.
So, like I said, maybe we'll go into the fourth quarter to a 2-point gap. Ooh.
Good box out. Good box out by Isaac Abigail for MFM. So 1 minute left in the third quarter. How do MFM play? Do they run the clock down or do they attack on every possession? Wide open for Isaac Abigail. She couldn't make it. She couldn't score. Ooh.
And for the MFM ladies, it looks like they've been found out defensively.
Foul. And that's the thing with this game. We've seen a lot of lack of composure from some of the more experienced players. That probably should have been a score on the other side for Dolphins, but I think they fouled MFM. MFM now have 20 seconds left on game clock and 14 seconds on the shot clock. I think they should run down the clock and attack on the last 7 minutes. Yes. Pass. Regina, good job, Regina. That's experience there. They got the shot clock down to 4 seconds. Game clock is on 10. If they score both free throws, they'll have a 4-point lead, and they just need to defend their lead and
make sure
go
they
into
go
the
into the fourth
quarter
quarter in the lead.
Yeah.
And the MFM ladies have continued to show why they're probably the best team in the league.
They're defending champions.
Yeah,
they're the best team until they get beat.
Champions, yeah. The best team until they get beaten.
Yeah. So if I were the coach of the MFM, I'll tell my players, press and make sure you don't give them an open shot. Don't foul. Good job. Don't foul. Now it's 4 seconds left. The MFM going to try to get a shot or they just run the clock down?
I'll probably just tell them to run down the clock. And with that shot...
No buckets.
Because with that shot that Beggy took, it looked like something she wanted to use to run down the clock.
Star players always see a chance to score as a very good thing.
Yeah.
We're about to go into the fourth quarter, and it's been a keenly contested matchup. MFM up 3 points going into the fourth quarter. For large portions of the game, they had a 12-point lead. But like we said, Dolphins are no pushover. They've been a thorn in the flesh of MFM for the past 2 years, and they're showing it in this matchup. So as we go into the fourth, I'm expecting a very, very tight fourth quarter. Probably will see a lot of mistakes from the players because the fourth quarter brings sweaty palms.
Yeah, I mean that is where you win the game. Yeah. Most times you get to win your games in the fourth quarter.
Well, unless you're the Golden State Warriors and you have Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
That era is gone, and you might never ever get something like that again.
I'll be careful not to use never. And we probably won't see a team that can shoot like the Golden State Warriors, but I'm sure we'll see another team that
was a destruction team.
I'm about to ask you which of them, because they had about 3 iterations of that team. Which one of them was your best? Is it the one with Kevin Durant or the early years when they had Leandro Barbosa and their midway kings?
So I think I would go with what I saw. So I think I would go with the one with Kevin Durant, because if you're talking about the early years, I mean that's a long time. And you see where the Golden State Warriors are right now, and a lot of people will tell you that whatever they are going through right now is a payback for what they put a lot of the franchise in the NBA through when they were at their peak.
Well, so with American sports, the first thing is roster selection, second thing is player development, and third thing is coaching. Golden State, they aced it with roster selection, player development, and then coaching just came along, because before Steve Kerr, they had Mark Jackson. I was about to say Michael Jackson. My apologies. And that mixture, that's what gave us what we saw with Golden State. I like the early years of Golden State when they built things
from scratch with the players,
players. When they had players like Andre Iguodala, had players like Leandro Barbosa.
But can you really build things in today's basketball?
Oh yes, you can. Look at the team that just won the NBA, the OKC Thunder.
I think thinking about the OKC Thunders, I should have not asked that.
Denver Nuggets built from the scratch up. So the thing is, because of the tax apron that the NBA just implemented, we will no longer be seeing eras of superstars every time. Listeners at home, we just gave you a tidbit of the NBA. You have to come see us or pay us for more. We're back to the fourth quarter. What are your predictions? Do you think MFM is going to see the game out, or do you think the Dolphins can come back and win the game?
I kind of made a prediction very early on, and people thought I was supporting a particular team. So I'm just going to keep my prediction in my pocket. And I think we're going to see an early run from this from the MFM side.
I would not like to. If I were scouting a player, I would make my team. That's her 5th rebound today.
This lady needs to get drafted.
Give her time to get drafted. She's a fantastic defensive player.
We're going to see Awele get drafted.
Fantastic play there by Pius. She stayed vertical on that and she was able to block that shot. Back to Awele. Awele has been fantastic for this game. She's a huge reason why the Dolphins were able to stay in the game early on. And I mean, her putbacks and then her blocks on the defensive end have been a deterrent.
A rebound game is offensively.
Without a doubt.
Defensively, she's good.
Tewa is slowly getting into the game. She in the third quarter, she was able to force 3 fouls on her own on the MFM girls. Now in the fourth quarter, 38 seconds in, she's already forced 1 foul on MFM. If you look at the MFM team, they're very, very, very small. For those that don't follow basketball, when I say small,
they're basketball small. I think I've said this thing numerous times, that they have a small team compared to the kind of quality we see them give on the court.
So the thing is, for them, what they lack in height, they more than
give it on the floor
with shooting and the energy they bring. But in games like this, when
their floor games
foul, and Pius is so valuable and so huge for what MFM tries to do. Her ability to attack crowded paints, always carving out defenses that are set and ready, and still making those guys foul. Because I saw great defense there by Dolphins, but she was able to evade the shot block and force her into a foul.
And I think you have to give credit to Coach Ochiko. With the fact that you have these kind of players and you've been able to put out a strategy or a tactics that works in their strength, something that you can use with the strength of the players you have. I think that those are attributes of a good coach.
It's back to a 4-point lead. Pius, invaluable as always. Oh, fantastic play there by Dolphins. Turnover, wow. Miscommunication there.
Samuel Demisela could have done better with that ball.
Again, the combination of Awele and Adeoye, sorry. It's been a problem for MFM. Anybody outside Pius that goes into the paint has been blocked. Another lovely out of bounds play by MFM. Oh, I thought that was wide open. I thought that was wide open for Pius. She passed up wide open.
I thought she was going to take. I thought she was going to shoot from there.
That's a rare thing to see from Pius. I don't think Pius has seen a shot she can't take yet as a player. This is good defense by MFM. Fantastic pass by Awele.
Awele at her best is unbeatable.
Put back by Adeoye.
Adeoye's link up is something that I think the Dolphins can build on in this game.
I just saw Anana Gift of MFM running to the table, and I'm not sure what that sub is indicating, because Anana Gift is a largely inexperienced first-year league player, and if you bring her on in the fourth quarter when palms are already getting tight and sweaty, are you sure she won't turn over the ball? Well, she's coming on for the other one though.
She's coming on.
She's slightly taller than the other two guys, so that helps. Miss free throw at the line for Isaac Abigail.
So I'm curious. I'm curious to see just how well Anana Gift will fit in this particular fourth quarter where the pressure is very high and the intensity is high, and defensively.
So I think Anana Gift is just here to spell. I think she's here to spell she's just here to spell the other guards of MFM a bit of time to rest, and then they will bring on the other key players. Ali Khadijat hasn't particularly had the best of days, so she will probably be hoping to be involved at some point in this fourth quarter. Pius again getting in.
And I can see just how much of a traffic Anana Gift will be able to draw and control if she has the game. I mean, I saw a little glimpse of her with the ball, and I think I get why Coach Ochiko will put her in right now in this moment in the fourth quarter.
So right now it's 2 points. Both teams have gone on 2 offensive possessions and haven't been able to score. Wide open 3. Great rebound there by Abigail. Ooh. Wow. The MFM girls,
I don't know if I should call that an interception or a steal.
If you call it an interception, we might as well call it a steal. They've sent Adeoye Zainab to the free throw line. She'll be expected to score 2, and it's been signaled from the scorers table that Regina now has 3 fouls.
Yeah. And then this is the Dolphins' chance to get back level on point, or to get as close as they can.
Zainab clutch. No,
she missed.
She missed one.
Coming up clutch in moments like this is what actually differentiates you as a big game player. And Adeoye, all game,
big rebound there. Big rebound there by Isaac Gabriel.
Unfortunately, they had a chance to make a level on points with the MFM, but Dolphins
Wando wide open, unable to score. Is Anana Gift clutch? No, she's not.
And you can see just why Anana Gift is on the court.
Yeah, she clearly is a floor spacer. But you can see what the assistant coach, Coach Dele, just said. Keep and use the clock. We don't need to take shots. We're up by 2. Use the clock and then attack at the end of the shot clock. I'm curious to see how long players like Charles Marvelous and Ali Khadijat are left on the bench. It's tight now.
I mean, we can
probably need them at some point to give you some scoring and give you additional sure-handed ball handling. Ooh, that's good defense there. Ooh,
and that
big shot there by Kewo.
What the Dolphins need right now.
The Dolphins have now gotten their first lead of the game.
Definitely what they need right now. And Tewa Bademololuwa is that lady that's taking them 1 point ahead of MFM.
Big rebound by Zainab. The twin towers of Awele and Zainab have caused a problem for
the MFM
in the
ladies.
fourth quarter. They're unable to drive and score in the paint, and they're being forced to shoot from the outside. Their inactivity from the outside is the reason why we've not seen plenty scoring. So, as the coach of the MFM, when do you call a timeout? Oh, that was clearly a travel by Tewo. Another jump ball. Intensity cost, but possession arrow says Dolphins ball.
I mean, we tell what Bade, Zainab, these 2 ladies head in the game, and Awele also.
As expected, Marvelous has been brought back into the game, and surprisingly, Regina is left on the court. Yeah, like I said, at what time do NFM go for their timeout? I would love to be in that huddle to hear what the MFM coach is saying. If it were me, it would be simple. Manage your possession, stay away from those shot blockers, and take wide open shots instead of contested shots.
I was going to say that. Take your shot
when they come.
Take it when they come. You don't need to make that run into the lane, because as it stands right now, it looks like the Dolphins are stamping their ground defensively, and they are looking to stay compact looking to stay compact at the back. With this 1 point lead, with how long it took for us to see a point scored after the timeout that was called by the Dolphins coach, it might be difficult to score one with the way the Dolphins defense is standing. No substitution. Adeoye Zainab, Tewod Bademololuwa, Anari Favor, Oko Awele, and Ajani Amdalat. Those are the 5 players on the court right now for the Dolphins. And MFM, there is Idubema Pius. Charles Marvelous,
Regina, Pius, and Wando. Khadija is now on the court also. So we have 4 of the first 5 and the most experienced player on the MFM team, Regina.
I mean, Coach Achiko knew she needed to bring in her experience on this court because it is a team that is down by 1 point now, and you cannot afford.
So you know the surprising thing, I'm looking at Coach Peter of the Dolphins and he's very calm. His team just regained possession. I have another 14 seconds. Good jump shot there. Oh, she didn't score.
Pius should be shooting from that.
No, bad shot. So Wando hasn't looked like the Wando we're used to knowing. Her shots have been flat. She's not been confident on the drive.
She's not.
And she's generally not looked herself.
She's not being confident or she's not taking risk?
Well, I mean, you only take risk when you have confidence in your abilities, and she hasn't done that today, which is really surprising because Wando is what we use in what we call in local parlance. Small but mighty. She hasn't played like it. And Awele yet again with another rebound. And another opportunity to expand the lead. It's now a 4-point lead. And MFM has not scored. 4-point lead. And MFM hasn't scored in 2 minutes.
Back-to-back 3 points scored for the Dolphins. They've regained the lead, confident on the ball.
You know that guy called Momentum?
Yeah.
I think Momentum is now a friend of Dolphins.
Yeah. They're wearing Momentum like their jersey right now. And we were just wondering why Coach Akindele Peter was quite confident and he's not on the touchline aggressive. You can see that he knows what his side can give and he knows what they can give when they are ready to give it.
MFM have now turned to their original 5 to start the game, hoping they can get some sort of spark. I won't lie to you, I don't see where a bucket is coming from. The only way MFM gets back into this is if the individual brilliance of their best players comes to the fore.
And Wando needs to up again.
Pass the ball, Wando. Jump ball. Dolphins ball. No, it's MFM ball. And you see what I say? Wando is driving into a crowded paint. She's not playing smart basketball.
Bad
and it's
decision
affecting,
making.
it's affecting
Bad
her.
decision making. Oh, that was a good receiver by Becky, trying to go through the crowd. Oh, and the rebound by Nari Favor. 3 minutes 37 seconds left on the clock.
I don't see how Dolphins win this game. Sorry, how MFM wins this game. Momentum isn't on their side. They haven't been able to score in the last 3 minutes and 22 seconds. And the Dolphins seem to be playing the best defense I have seen all day. So it will take a stroke of incredible luck and Ooh, is that a shot? Ooh, that was a big shot. Big shot there by Tewo.
Back 3 points.
3 shots from the 3-point stripe for Dolphins. It's. I think it's fair to say it's game over. It's game over.
Intensity is high.
Intensity, everything is high.
Momentum.
Everything is
They're
high.
riding the tempo. And they're controlling the game.
I mean, the Dolphins are doing everything the right way.
And that should be a Nairi Favor's second 3-pointer in less than 3 minutes.
You know when the game is on the other side. The MFM just subbed off Pius. The player has been on the bench since the second quarter. They need points and they need points fast. If they're unable to score before the 2-minute mark, the game is over.
Let's get back to the game of the day.
Let's go.
Yeah. Zenith just scored one of her 2 free throws. If she scores the second one and the game goes to a 9-point game, I will boldly say that it is game over.
Game
In Yoruba,
over.
they say, Ele
It's
ti lọ.
It's low.
She missed, but Wele caught a rebound and then scored. It's a 10-point game. MFM have now gone from having a 12-point game at a point in 12-point lead at a point in this game to now being down 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the last game from the one at the 2025 Zenith Women's Basketball League Final 8 between MFM, the defending champions, and the Dolphins. Something a lot of people call the Lagos Derby in women's basketball.
MFM has now outscored their first point since the 6-minute 22-second mark.
That is 4 minutes since the last scored a point.
And guess what? 4 minutes in basketball is a golf.
It's a
lot of time.
A lot of time. You can win a game in 4 minutes, you can lose a game in 4 minutes. With 2 minutes left on the clock, Naira Favor running down the board. Gave the pass to Awele, and a good defensive rebound there.
Turnover, MFM. Lucky for them, the Dolphins girls are in the mood to give them the ball. So it's very, very interesting. Let's take a look at the groups and prepare for day 2. I think it's fair to say this game is over. What say you, Ariola?
Yeah, I think I can agree with you right now. Remember when I said I was not going to make my prediction? At that time, MFM were in the league. If I was to make a prediction, I would have said that MFM were going to win.
Oh no.
But thank God I kept my prediction in my pocket. And looking at the group right now.
What a move by Tewo. What a move by Tewo.
This is the best
Stepping at defender.
from these ladies today.
You look at it and it almost feels like Tewo should have been the MVP for Nigeria at the tournament.
I mean, there's no brainer as to why she was part of that squad.
So if I were to describe this game, I'll call it a tale of two halves.
Yeah.
MFM was the better side in the first half, and Dolphins have unbelievably been the second half queens. The ability to play good defense and then score on almost every possession in the fourth quarter has made them the better team. And the pivotal period of the fourth quarter was when Dolphins ladies
started getting three points. Yeah, that was the turning point in this game for the Dolphins. The triple threes they got back to back was something that definitely changed the momentum of this game for them.
It seems as if tempers are flaring.
And I like the fact that these Dolphins lady know what they can do, and they are not taking they're taking the risk. We get our throw, we get the ball, we make the shots.
Like the MC said earlier on, we're watching this game to find out who will graduate with a 2-1. Both teams haven't played twice already in the qualification stages, tied at 1-1. Now we know who the better team is, at least for now. And it looks like Dolphins are the queens of Lagos basketball, successfully managing to hold on to their 10-point lead to end the game.
To go by colors, we say Lagos is green.
I'm going home. Okay.
Go by color, we say Lagos is green. Everybody.
Yes. Just for now.
19 seconds. And MFM once again are failing to make a bucket. 11 seconds
is now
left.
12 seconds. It's fair.
8 points.
No, it's 10 points. 10 points.
I was saying the clock. 3.1 seconds left.
3.1 seconds left. The Dolphins ladies have won today's game.
They come back.
Yeah, and in a group that has the Dolphins ladies, Titans, and MFM, every win is valuable.
Every win
it
is
now
valuable.
means tomorrow is a must win for MFM, and then they need to go back to